Hello everybody, it's Hannah and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are back with yet another nail video, and I have some stuff that Born Pretty has very kindly sent over again. So I have this package here. I haven't really peeked inside. I just took the plastic wrap off. I'm not exactly sure everything that's in here, so let's go ahead and just start pulling some stuff out. Ooh, so this is the Born Pretty Solid Cream Gel. It has 4 different colors, really pretty nudes and pinks. So I'm super curious to see what this is kind of like. Oh wow, that is so cool. Okay, so this is kind of like the color cube from Model 1s a little while back, but this one actually you get a ton more product per color. You have a nude, a pink, a sort of true red color, and then a sort of more orangey red. So this is really cool, and I definitely am going to swatch everything out for you guys. I am actually going to be painting on my natural nails today just because I've been growing them out a little bit, and I just wanted to do a super simple sort of gel manicure on myself, but of course I do have some tips here off to the side. That way we can swatch everything out and see what all the colors look like. So that's the first thing that was in the bag. Then we have this, which is the 7 milliliter Jelly Nude Gel in the shade 8PJN03. And this one seems to be a sort of dark nude type of color. Let me crack this open. Oh yeah, so this is actually, it's much lighter in here. It's like a really pretty sort of lavender jelly sort of color, and I think that this is going to be a little bit more sheer because the jelly nude sort of polishes I think have been super in lately, so that's super awesome to have one of those. Then we have what looks like a sort of burnt orange. This is in the shade BP72. It's their 10 milliliter color gel, and let's go ahead and see what this one is looking like. Yeah, this is such like a vibrant pumpkin orange. This is gonna be perfect for fall time. Oh, then we have here nail rhinestone glue. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to test this out. I do actually have some rhinestones in my sort of nail drawer, so we will definitely test this out and see how this works, but that's super interesting. Then over here we have this 5D solid gel in the shade Eggshell. And I'm not really sure, I think this may be one sort of like a poly gel. Okay, so it looks to be just like a clear poly gel, but we definitely will test that out and see what the actual texture is like and how it cures and everything. And you can also use this to do like 3D nail art as well, I think. That was actually the last thing in here, so let's go ahead and start swatching out some of this stuff. I did just go ahead and zoom in a little bit more over here, but I think what I'm going to do is start off with the solid cream gel. Go in first with this pink one. And it's just this sort of, to be like a soft builder gel. I'm not going to do a base coat on these or anything. I'm just going to sort of paint it right on. Going in with a second coat. Alright, so this is with 4 coats. It seems pretty opaque. It does seem to have a little bit of that sort of jelly consistency where it's still a little bit sheer, even though it, you know, is built up with 4 layers. But I think I want to see if this will smooth out nicely with a top coat. I'm just using this one here from Model 1s. And then this is with the top coat. It is nice and smooth, and I think that the color is really cute. It's a super nice sort of base nude color, I feel like, and I think 4 coats is definitely a good number of coats to sort of have the jelly effect, but it still has really nice opacity and color to it, like a really nice tint. So of course this is, you know, what it would look like on. I think that that is a super, super pretty color, and I definitely would see myself using this one. I think I'm gonna do is just go ahead and do 4 coats of all of these on some tips, and I will be back once that is all done. Guys, so I just went ahead and swatched out all of these. All of these have 4 layers and then a top coat placed on top of them. So I already showed the pink earlier, but this is what the pink looks like. It's really nice, has pretty good opacity. Then I have the nude, which is also, again, pretty good opacity, and I really like the color. It's more of like a peachy nude, and again, that's like a really good sort of cover nail color. Then we have this one here, which is the more orangey red, and this one is a little bit more of a jelly. I don't know if you'll be able to see, like, you know, light can sort of pass through it, and it definitely has a little bit of a sheerness to it, but I do really like the color. And then this last one over here, which is the true red, is pretty much like a true jelly. It's, you know, completely see-through, but I actually do really like this, and I know that jelly nails are really, really in right now, so I definitely think that there is a market for this, and you get really nice variety in this little kit over here. And they're super, super easy to work with, especially if you just have, you know, a brush like this to apply them. It works really well. So this was the first product over here. So now next thing I'm going to swatch out, I actually think this is what I'm going to use on my nails today, but this is the Jelly Nude Gel, and this is like the really pretty sort of lavender color. But I figured, you know, we may as well still do a little bit of a swatch on this. And this one compared to the solid, like, you know, palette of the shades, I think that this one actually has the best opacity as far as, you know, the rest of these colors over here. I feel like just with this one coat, this would be a really, really good base if you were trying to do like the Hailey Bieber nails that you go over with chrome powder, which I really, really want to try and get my hands on the chrome powder. The only thing is with the OPI Professional line, you can't get them unless you have a nail license, so it's going to be pretty difficult. I've been trying to find like dupes online for them, but I haven't sort of made the plunge and actually purchased something. But I think that if I were to try and recreate the Hailey Bieber nails, I think that this shade is really, really perfect. I'm super in love with that. I think it's really pretty, and I definitely think that's what I'm going to use on my natural nails today. And then I'm just going to top coat it. I think 2 coats of this actually looks good, and again, this is what I'm going to use on my nails today, so you can kind of see how it builds up a little bit better on my natural nails. You go ahead and cure this, and then we'll move on to the next shade that we got. Let's go ahead and see how this looks. Oh, that is so pretty. I really love that. It's such a beautiful color. So we'll go and set this off to the side, and then now we're gonna go ahead and go in with the really beautiful orange shade. Again, this is in BP 72. I feel like this one is actually gonna have really good pigment. Ooh, this is so pretty. I cannot wait to use this around like Halloween and fall time. That looks gorgeous. Wow. And I feel like you could honestly get away with like, you know, one nice coat of this. This is all of the swatches of all of the colors that they sent over. This is such a pretty color palette, super inspiring for fall time, and I cannot wait to dip into some of these other shades. Go ahead and just take one of these nails over here and just press this onto here. There is a little bit of a tacky layer on here from the top coat, so let me just go in with some rubbing alcohol and wipe that off. So normally when I'm also applying, you know, a rhinestone or something like that, I have the Rhinestone Glue obviously, but I always like to put down a base coat because I feel like it just adds an extra layer of something to kind of stick to. So I'm going to take my base coat and I'm just going to paint a nice, you know, just a thin layer on here just to make sure that everything is all smoothed over and that there's just a little general tacky layer down there. I also did go ahead and put on the fine tip for the Rhinestone Glue, which I really like because one that I had previously did not have a fine tip like this and it was very difficult to kind of figure out how to use. So I'm just going to squeeze out, and it is a little bit of a more runny sort of Rhinestone Glue, but I think that that combined with the base coat is going to be really nice. So I'm going to go into this over here and just take one of these flowers and pop this right on to the nail and just position it where I want it, and then I'm going to cure this. So the nail is all cured, and let's see now. Yeah, that is very, very much on there. Seems very, very sturdy. I'm also curious just to see if I can use this 5D solid gel to also apply stuff because it does have a pretty fine tip as well. So I'm just going to, we'll put a little dot of it right there, and then I'm gonna grab another flower and just pop that onto here. Oops, and put the flower on upside down, but it's all right, and we'll cure this and see how that holds up. See how this one is. Yeah, that also held really, really well. I think that this is very similar to polygel, and you can kind of use it in a similar way, especially to adhere stuff, and I'm definitely going to use that because I like how it's nice and thick, so you can do a very sort of like pinpointed positioning of it. But this is what that little nail looks like. I guess I'll kind of show you what it looks like on. But that is so pretty and so, so cute. I absolutely love these flowers. They're adorable. I got these off of Amazon, by the way. You can just look up any sort of little decal kit, and I'm sure you could find these from a bunch of different places. But that is so adorable. Really, really in love with that. You guys, so now that we have sort of tested everything out, I think it's finally time to work on my set of nails. So I just have on a little bit of strengthener from Nail Tech. It's like their number 4 strengthener. So it just dries like a regular nail polish. It's not like a gel or anything, but I just like to have that because I'm working on growing out my nails, and yeah, I just want to have a strengthener underneath. But now I'm going to go in with my Model 1's base coat and paint this onto all of my nails. And I'm going to cure. Then I'm going to go in with the Born Pretty Jelly Nude Gel in BPJN03, and I'm going to paint this onto all my nails. I think I'm going to do maybe like 3 coats. I guess I'll just sort of see how it ends up looking. Yeah, I mean, the first coat does look pretty sheer, but I mean, I think it builds up pretty well. So I'm just gonna have to kind of see how it ends up turning out, but I do want it to be pretty opaque. So we may end up having to do a couple of extra coats here. So I went ahead and I just did 3 coats, and I'm actually pretty happy with how that looks. It still has that sort of jelly effect, but it does have pretty good coverage as well. So I'm really liking that one. Now what I'm gonna do is just on my ring finger, I'm gonna take a little bit of base coat right over here, and I'm just gonna coat that, and I'm gonna go in with my Rhinestone Glue and just put a little bit over here, because I think I'm just gonna do, you know, a nice cute small flower. Not one of the big ones we were using earlier, but just some of these cute tiny ones. And I'm just going to pick it up on my finger like this and just pop that into place, and I think that looks so cute. Just a really nice, beautiful, simple mani. So I'm going to cure this, and I'm going to do a top coat and show you the final nails.